Morning students, welcome to our biology classroom. So today we will do the next phyla in the series, that is the phylum Annelida. So today's objective is to enlist the salient features of phylum Annelida. So Annelida is the name that is derived from a Latin name called annulus. Annulus means ring. Here the ring word stands for the segments. So the main name of the phyla is due to the presence of ring-like segments in the body. So if we compare the body of the organism, suppose this is a ring-like form, and this ring-like form is repeated so many times so that the body appear to be segmented. This is one ring, this is one segment, and such segments are repeated periodically so as to form the complete body of the organism. So such type of property is called as metamerism. Now here you can just see that there is a complete partition present. There is a complete partition that marks this segment from the next one, from the first one, from the next one. Here a complete partition is present. So when this is also being covered by a partition, then this segment is complete. So this partition is called as septa. This is segment number 1, then segment number 2, segment number 3, and so on. And each segment is marked by the presence of such partition that is called as the septa. So this type of segmentation is true segmentation, and it is found in this group called as Annelida. That's why the name of the phylum is Annelida. Annulus means ring-like segment. So true segmentation is there in these organisms, and this true segmentation property is called as metamerism. So that is the main feature of this phyla. So as far as the next journal features are concerned, we will follow the same hierarchy. Habitat, they may be free living or they may be ectoparasite mainly. These organisms, they act as ectoparasite or free living, and they may be terrestrial, they may be marine or freshwater. So the best example of terrestrial is moist environment earthworm, marine nereis, annelid, and freshwater sources, that is Hirudinaria or the leech. So these three examples are undertaken by our curriculum. So all the three types of the habitats are there. As far as the level is concerned, it is organ system level of organization is there in these organisms. Well developed organ systems are there. Symmetry in this case is bilateral symmetry. Again, the body is bilaterally symmetrical. These organisms are there. So the body of the organism, if we cut from the central, one plane is divided into two equal lateral halves. So the symmetry is bilateral. As far as the coelom is concerned, these organisms are triploblastic, and for the first time, a properly mesodermal bound space has been formed, and that is called as true coelom. So the first time the true coelom has appeared in this phyla, that is the Annelida. So to study the complete other structures, we have to just divide them into two subparts. In this section, we will study about the morphology. And for morphology, we have undertaken earthworm as the type animal, that is Ferrituma posthuma is the scientific name of earthworm. So by studying earthworm in journal, we will study the character of the complete phyla, that is Annelida. So earthworm has got a true segmented body. The body, just see how I'm making the ring-like segments. So these ring-like segments are countable in these organisms. So a true metamerism is there. So these are the different segments. The body is covered by a body wall, and that body wall has got 3 distinct layers. The outer one is called as cuticle, the middle one is called as epidermis, and the inner one is the muscular layer. So the cuticle, epidermis, and the muscular layer. So this body wall, it has got mucus gland cells, mucus glands in it that make the outer covering moist. So it has got cutaneous respiration for that. It respires through its skin, and the skin is always kept moist because of the presence of these mucus gland cells or the glands in them. So this is the unique property. The muscular layer is well developed, and 2 types of muscles are associated, longitudinal and circular. Now the muscle cells are arranged either longitudinally or they are arranged either circularly, and that's why such arrangement, longitudinal muscles, and such arrangement is called circular muscles. So these muscular layers are very important because it has to show the locomotion by the contraction and expansion of the body, and that is possible only because of the presence of these 2 types of the muscles in it. So the first segment, please just note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, such type of segments are there. And the first segment has got at its tip mouth. And this mouth surrounding segment is called as peristomium. That is the name of the segment. The segment which bears mouth at the tip is called as peristomium. And there is a small lobe-like structure that is called as prostomium. Prostomium. So the nature has provided earthworm a digging structure. So prostomium is a lobe. Suppose this is the mouth and there is a lobe hanging over the mouth. That lobe is called as prostomium, with the help of which it burrows the soil and make the tunnels in it where it finally resides. So prostomium is a lobe-like structure that is hanged from the mouth, and peristomium is that segment which bears mouth at the tip. So these segments have got particular external apertures associated with it. So first of all, please do concentrate, very important thing. It has got segmentation, special apertures and special reproductive significance in there in certain segment. 14th segment, 15th segment, 16th segment. These 3 segments, they bear the skin in these segment is somewhat very thick and dark brown in color. The rest of the coloration of the body is light brown, but this portion is very dark brown, and this appears to be a band-like structure. Such special band-like structure is called as clitellum. If I write it horizontally, it is called as clitellum. So clitellum is responsible for the formation of egg case or ootheca in which fertilization occur. So this band-like portion is very much visible. When we'll see the specimen, you will see the specimen in the video also. The real specimen, if you encounter it, just see in the interior part, there is a dark brown color band present in the earthworm, and this band is called as clitellum. It is responsible for the formation of egg case. So which 3 segments are involved? 14th, 15th and 16th. Then 17th, 18th and 19. These three segments are there. In the center of the 14th segment is present an aperture that is called on the ventral side, that is called ventral female genital aperture. Since these organisms are hermaphrodite, so male and the female sex organs are present within the same organism. So in the 14th segment, there is location of the female on the ventral side, central female genital aperture. In the 18th segment, two more apertures are present. They are called as the male genital aperture. So please, my dear students, just keep in your mind the location, the segment in which the male and the female genital apertures are present. There are two more structures, very dark banded, which are called as papilla. They are called as the copulatory papilla that help in the transference of the gametes from one individual to another. So female genital aperture in 14th segment. In 18th segment on the lateral side, the male genital apertures are there in copulatory papilla respectively in one pair 17 and one pair in 19th segment is there. So keep in mind the location in some of the competitive examination. They just ask that which three segments in earthworm are involved in clitellum formation 14, 15 and 16. So please keep in your mind the location of the different parts associated with that. So there is one more structures present associated with them in 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. There are balloon-like structures present, one pair in 6th, one pair in 7th, one pair in 8th and one pair in 9th segments. These are called as spermatheca. Spermatheca. These structures, they store sperm. So if the question comes that which structure in earthworm stores sperms, that is called as spermatheca. So even though they are hermaphrodites, so as to ensure cross-fertilization, one worm gives its sperm to the another worm. And when the transfer of the sperms occur, then they are stored in these special structures which are called as spermatheca. The location is 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th segment, one pair, but they open in the septa. These are the septa. These horizontal lines that I am making, they're actually the partitions. These partitions are called as septa. Okay, so these partitions mark the segments, distinct the segment from one another. So the spermatheca of 6th segment, they opens into the septa present between 5th and 6th. So openings are between 5th and 6th, 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th, and 8th and 9th. But the spermatheca, these balloons are present in 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, one pair each. So 4 pairs of such structures are there called as the spermatheca. What are the function of these spermatheca? They store the sperm. So this is a general idea about the morphology of the earthworm. So please keep in mind the different parts and their location and their significance. In the next part, we will do about the various systems which are associated with this phyla.